Hello my friends, Scott Zlatev here, and I wanted to do this quick training here just specifically because when I first came on board and I started doing network marketing, if I would have known about what I'm about to show you, what I'm about to share with you, I would have chosen a different path than what I ended up going through. Now, I've been involved in the industry for more than 10 years. A lot of that time has been with one specific company. So one of the things that I wanted to do here, since we're in basically the new year and a lot of people might be looking at joining a specific opportunity, or if you're in a specific opportunity and you're not quite achieving the results that you'd like to, there might be a good chance that what I'm about to cover here might explain a little bit on why. So the first thing that I want to talk about here is when you're reviewing any type of company, this is what a lot of people will tell you that is really important, and it is. The first thing that you want to look at is, we're going to write over here on this side, you want to look at the history of the company that you're researching. You want to see how long it is that the company has been involved, specifically because you want to see that there's a little bit of history there. You want to know that they're pretty solid and they've got a pretty good foundation, and they know what they're doing, and they're going to be there for the long haul. The second thing is the leadership. Now, this is one of the really key aspects, and when I mean leadership, I mean the corporate level leadership of the company that you're looking at. See, if you don't have the right leadership, then things can go wrong pretty quick. And one of the things that you want to look at in terms of leadership is that they've actually been involved in network marketing before, or have some sort of previous experience in network marketing. See, a lot of times, right now, there's close to 5,000 network marketing companies that are active. Since the beginning of time, about 30,000 companies have launched and then failed. So when it comes to leadership, you got to know that the people that are running the place actually know exactly what they're doing in terms of network marketing, because a network marketing type of business model is different than what it takes to succeed in a traditional business model aspect. There might be some leadership, some companies that have leadership that, yeah, they made it really great in the corporate world, but they've never actually done network marketing. So leadership is key. You want to make sure that these people that are leading the company know exactly what they're doing. Okay. The next thing is the product. Okay. One of the most important keys in network marketing is a product. Some people will say, well, it's not that important. Well, bottom line is, that's what drives your company. Well, so you have to have a product that is very unique. And the typical situation, the typical problem that arises in network marketing is you end up having a product that is overpriced. And a person can go down to Walmart or someplace else and get something very similar to what they're actually buying at 3 times the cost from you, or by joining the organization. So what that ends up meaning is, if you don't have a product that is very unique in nature, and I mean that they cannot get it anywhere, which is very rare, then basically what that equals is the product doesn't really matter. What they're in it for is the money. So with that, you want to lead into the money segment. Okay, so you got the history. You want to look at the history. You want to look at the leadership team that's running the place. You want to look at the product, and more specifically, with the product is a major thing that we call timing. See, you have to have something that's timed just perfectly. For instance, you wouldn't be doing very good if your company was marketing 8-track tapes, right? It just doesn't make any sense. So the company has to have those rare components of the history, the leadership, the products, the timing in the market. And that's what's really critical. So between all of these components, this right here makes up a lot of your success. You notice I put it in dollar signs. Well, this is the primary reason why people get involved in network marketing to begin with, right? So this is something that everybody will tell you that is really important, and it is. But see, there's something that they're leaving out. And the major thing that they're leaving out is timing. They don't go into this very much. They go into it in terms of your product, but they don't go into it in terms of the timing of the whole opportunity itself. And that's one thing that I'm going to cover right now. See, there's really only four different types of companies. Okay, the first type of company are your scams. Okay, when it comes to any type of network marketing or multi-level marketing type of company with this type of business model, the first category is your scams. Now, your scams are basically, you know, if you're online, you see some type of link that says, you know, make $5,000 a week, part-time, no work necessary, no prior experience, anything like that. You click on it, you can't find anywhere that it says anything about any type of product. You can't find any type of service, anything that's associated with it, other than the fact that you can make this much money if you click here and pay $1,000. Okay, that's a scam. There's other different types of, you know, cash gifting, things like that, where there's no tangible product or service that is being exchanged for dollars. Okay, that's a scam, and those are the ones that you, of course, you know, would want to avoid because they don't work out. The second one are what I like to call your party plans. Okay, these are the ones. Party plans are the ones where everybody comes over to a person's house, and there's one specific type of product, and you know, everybody says, you know, we got this Tupperware, or we got candles, or anything like that. Now, you can make pretty good money with that, you know, but you're not going to make the big type of income that you're really searching for. You know, if you want to make you know, $1,000 to $2,000 a month, you can do that here. You can do that in party plans. But see, what happens is you're not going to end up having the residual, because if you're not putting on a party, or you're not doing, let's see, I know a few people that are involved in party plans, and they don't make money unless they're constantly selling or promoting. There's no residual aspect there. They're always going to fairs, and they've got booths, and you know, all those things. So the candles and the party plans, that's in the second category. So you can make money there, but it's going to be very limited on what you're going to make. Now, the third one is what I like to call the old guys. Okay, now the old guys, or you can call it the big guys, whatever you want to, you know, use that. I call it the old guys because these are the basically almost the founders and the pioneers of this industry. You know, you've got your Amway, you got your Prepaid Legal, you got Nikan, you got you know, all these different Shackley, all these different companies that are considered kind of the big boys. So you know what? Let's change this from old guys, because that's not very good to say that. We'll call this the big boys. Okay, these are the guys that have been in network marketing and have been involved for, you know, 20 plus years. So these guys are the ones that are doing billions and billions of dollars in volume, you know, per year. And these, you can still make some money with these companies, but the problem is that there's this concept called S-curve economics. Okay, and in S-curve economics, it basically looks kind of like this. And what happens, and this is something that it's an actual terminology that all businesses go through, not just network marketing. Any business will go through this type of growth. You start out here where there's basically nothing happening, and from this point to this point, you've got a little bit of growth, but not much. And then it reaches a point to here, and most of the time, let me back up just for 1 second, most of the time from here to here, there's either a lot of negativity that's surrounding it, or very few people really grasp the concept of what this company is really trying to do. For instance, like Microsoft. Okay, let's just jump out of network marketing just for 1 second here and just use this as a typical business type model. Microsoft, Bill Gates was, when he was starting Microsoft, he actually went door to door at several different businesses with his plan of having a PC in every single home, every single office, every single corporation that was around the world. That was his vision. Now see, in this phase, he was doing it himself. He was going door to door, and I actually know somebody that was here locally who told Bill Gates no. And needless to say, ever since then, he was kicking himself in the butt. But basically, not much growth is happening here. Then what happens is you reach where everybody starts getting to know about it, and people are getting on the bandwagon, and people are getting really excited, and that's when it's starting to hit mass population. And so then it just skyrockets. Now from this period here to this period here is where the absolute most money is going to be made in any single business, whether it's corporations, whether it's network marketing, whether it's anything, period. So for instance, like with Microsoft, you know, he started out here and then it was just an explosion. I don't have to tell you the story because, you know, everybody already knows the story of what happened with Microsoft. Well, with the big boys, basically, any of these companies who've been around for 20 plus years, they've been through this area, and they've already been through the massive growth phase. So if you're with a company right now, this is really important to understand. If you're either researching a company right now that has been involved, that I would consider to be a big boy. Ones that have been involved for years and years, either 20 or more years, doing billions of dollars in sales already. That's basically like saying, well, we're up here and we don't have this explosion in growth anymore. So that's essentially, if you're looking to join a company like that, or you're actually already involved with a company like that, that's the same equivalent of saying, you know what, I'm going to go and invest in Microsoft today. It doesn't make sense, because you're going to have to work 10 times as hard to get this same type of results. Okay? Does that make sense? So you're going to have to work 10 times as hard to get the same results as the people that came on board in this phase. So the companies that have been around for a long time, they've already been through their explosion and hypergrowth, and they're on the back end now. Now, a lot of times, this is why you have to really be do your due diligence and do research in your own company, or whichever company that you're deciding to be a part of. You want to look at some of these factors, because when you are with a company like this, they're not going to tell you that we're past our explosion and growth, hypergrowth phase. You'll probably be able to make about around between $3,000 and $5,000 a month, if you're lucky. You might be able to do that if you're really good and you've got some good contacts and those and so forth. But you're never gonna make the amount of money that the big guys are making. You're never gonna be able to make the $20,000+ checks per month, because that's already been gone. It's already been done. The growth has already been happened. The teams have already been established and made. Okay? So the next company is what I like to call the holy grail of companies. Now, the holy grail of companies, this is where you want to be. So if you're researching a company right now, or you're a part of a company and you want to take a step back and say, you have to do this sometimes. You're an entrepreneur, so you really got to make sure what you're doing is going to be the best value for your time. Because after I learned about this, you know, I reevaluated some different things in my business. So a Holy Grail company is a company that has all of these components right here: the history, the leadership, the product, the perfect timing in the marketplace. You have everything all lined up, and you're not here yet. Okay, that's a Holy Grail company. And there's so many companies that come you know, about every single year. You know, I had read a statistic. There's just this last year actually, there's about 2,000 new companies that just appeared out of nowhere. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, well, that's a, you know, a company that's in pre-launch. Well, yeah, there's a lot of companies that are in pre-launch, and some I've actually wrote a few articles about that they never actually even make it to actually launch. So there's a lot of anticipation and all this stuff that goes on, and then nothing ever comes to fruition with that. So you got to take an honest look. If you want to be a professional in this industry, you've got to take an honest look at where you're at, where you want to go. You know, maybe you only want to make, you know, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and maybe you're in a company like a big boy, and maybe you're happy and comfortable being there. If you're not, if you're wanting to make, you know, 10, 20,000 plus a month, you have to have a Holy Grail company. So that's a company that's fairly new, under 5 years, that has leadership that has been in network marketing before. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got a product that is actually wanted, something that is, you know, it's something that you really can't get anywhere else, because that's typically another, that's actually a whole different discussion altogether, because a lot of times what happens is you're prospecting, and your prospect says, well, I can get this somewhere else cheaper. Well, you know, in most cases, you can. You know, let's be honest. In most cases, you can. That's why most people get involved for the money. Okay? So then you've got the timing. The timing has to be right. The timing has to be perfect. So if you can combine this with this, take a look at your company, whatever company it is that you're researching. Sorry, I just got some good stuff all over my hands. So take a look at whatever company it is that you're with, or whatever company it is that you're researching, and look at all these different key factors, okay? And then take an honest look at it, take a step back, and make a decision for yourself and for your future if this is in fact the direction that you want to go, okay? I hope that this helped. I know that this, if I would have known this, you know, everybody talks about this, but nobody takes the time, and nobody has the wherewithal to understand this. S-curve economics, you guys, this is where it's at. Okay, it has, you have to be here. There's no question about it. This is more important than this. You got to look at this first, and then once you find that, maybe once you discover one of these four that you're either with or you're researching, you discover one of these four, and if you've got a Holy Grail company, then you go over and you look at all those different components, okay? So, like I said, I hope this helps. Again, this is Scott Zlatev, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.